No one's thinking about the flowers.
No one is thinking about the flowers.
About the fish.
No one is thinking about the fish.
No one wants to believe that the garden is dying.
No one wants to believe that the garden is
dying.
That
the garden's heart has swollen
under the sun.
That the garden's mind is slowly being drained
of green memories.
The garden senses
that the garden senses are separate thing, rotting huddled in a corner.
Our old courtyard is lonely. Our garden yawns in anticipation of an unknown rain cloud, and our pool is empty. Inexperienced little stars fall to the earth from treetop heights, and from the pale windows of the fish's abode, the sound of coughing comes at night.
Fall to the earth from treetop heights, and from the pale windows of the fish's abode, the sound of coughing comes at night.
Our courtyard garden is lonely. Why should I stop? Why?
Why should I stop? Why?
The birds have gone in search of the blue direction. The horizon is vertical and movement fountain-like. And at the limits of vision, shining planets spin.
The earth in
the elevation reaches repetition, and air wells change into tunnels of connection. And day is a vastness, which does not fit into the narrow mind of newspaper worms.
Why should I stop?
Why should I stop?
The road passes through the capillaries of life. The quality of the environment in the ship of the uterus of the moon will kill the corrupt cells. And in the chemical space after sunrise, there is only sound. Sound that will attract the particles of time. Why should I stop?
Sound. Only sound.
The sound of the limpid wishes of water to flow. The sound of the failing of a starlight on the wall of earth's femininity.
The sound of the binding of meaning's sperm and the expansion of the shared mind of love. Sound.
Only sound remains.
Mother's life is a rolled out prayer rug. She lives in terror of hell, always seeks sin's footprints in every corner, imagines the garden sullied by the sin of a wayward plant.
She prays all day, then with her consecrated breath, blows on all the flowers, all the fish, and all over her own body. She awaits the promised one and the forgiveness
My
he is to
brother
bring.
calls the garden a graveyard. He calls at the cliffs of the grass and ruthlessly count the corpses of the fish rotting beneath the thick skin of shallow water. My brother is addicted to philosophy. He sees the healing of the garden in its death. Drunk, he beats his fists on doors and walls, says he's tired, pained, and despondent.
He carries his despair everywhere, just as he carries his birth certificate, diary, napkin, lighter, and pen. But his despair is so small
that each night is lost in crowded taverns.
My sister was a friend to flowers. She would take her simple heart's words when mother beat her to her kind and silent gathering, and sometimes she would treat the family of fish to sunshine and cake crumbs.
She now lives on the other side of town in her artificial home, and in the arms of her artificial husband she makes natural children. Each time she visits us, if her skirt is sullied with the poverty of our garden, she bathes herself in perfume. Every time she visits, she is with child.
Our garden is forlorn. Our garden is forlorn.
Father says, my time is past.
My time is past.
I've carried my burden. I'm done with my work. He stays in his room from dawn till dusk, reads History of Histories, or Ferdowsi's Epic of Kings.
She always smelled of jasmine and wore black shoes that shined, crowned with a ribbon on top. It is grandmother I'm talking about, with her jasmine scent and her world marked and bounded as clearly as her prayer rug.
And as she prayed, her arms would rise from the prayer rug like pillars soaring into the sky.
Above sadness.
Above storm.
To the height of creativity, to the pinnacle of heaven. then again to the depths of submission.
She always smelled of jasmine and never harbored any doubts as to her choice of perfume.
It is grandmother I'm talking about. It is grandmother I'm talking about.
She knew with astonishing confidence that her life story would but her destiny, that she had in her own hand the key to eternity. She even knew that if she wanted, she could summon the prophet Shasar to demand of him whatever she desired.
And how generous he was, grandmother's green-clothed phantasm, magnanimous, bearer of plenty without anger, without guile, beyond needs, beyond expectations, with his blessings and gifts flowing free like the waters of an endless stream.
She always smelled of jasmine and wore black shoes that shined, crowned with a ribbon on top.
I'm telling you about my grandmother. I'm telling you about my grandmother.
No one is thinking about the flowers.
No one is thinking about
No
the
one
flowers.
is thinking about the fish.
No one is thinking about the
No
fish.
one wants to believe
No
that
one
the
wants to
garden
believe
is
that the
dying.
garden is dying.
That the garden's heart is swollen under the sun, and that the garden's mind is
That the
slowly
garden's
being
mind is
drained of
slowly
green
being drained
memories.
of green memories.
And that the garden senses
That
are
the
a
garden
separate
senses
thing
are
rotting
separate
huddled in a
thing
corner.
rotting huddled in a corner.
Our old courtyard is lonely.
No one.
Our garden
No one.
yawns in anticipation
No
of an
one.
unknown rain cloud.
No one.
And our pool is empty.
No one.
Inexperienced
No
little
one.
stars fall to the earth from
Lonely.
treetop heights, and from our
Lonely.
pale windows of the fishes
Lonely.
above, the sound of coughing comes at night.
Our courtyard garden is lonely. Father says, it's too late for me.
Lonely.
It's over for me. I shouldered my burden and I did my share. And in his room, from dawn to dusk, he reads either the Shamane or the history of histories. Father says to mother,
Mother.
to hell with all birds and fish.
Mother.
When I die, then what difference will it make that there is a garden or that there isn't a garden? My retirement pension is enough for me.
Mother's whole life is a prayer required at the threshold of fear of hell. At the bottom of everything, Mother always searches for traces of sin and thinks that the plant's apostasy has contaminated the garden.
Pray. Mother prays all day long. Mother is a natural sinner and she breathes on all the flowers and on all the fish and exercises herself.
Pray.
Mother is waiting for her coming and the forgiveness to descend upon the earth. My brother calls the garden a graveyard.
My brother laughs at the profusion of weeds and keeps account of the fish corpses that decompose beneath the water's thick skin. My brother is addicted to philosophy.
Addicted.
My brother thinks the cure for the garden lies in its destruction. He gets drunk and bangs on doors and walls and tries to say that he is very bored, despondent and despairing. He carries his despair along with his identity card, his pocket calendar, lighter and ballpoint pen to the street and the bazaar.
And his despair is so small
that every night it gets lost in the crowd
in the
at the bar. And my sister was the flowers friend and took her heart simply words to the kind of silent company. When mother spanked her, occasionally offered sun and cookies to the family of fish.
Her house is on the other side of the city, in her artificial home with her artificial goldfish, and in the security of her artificial husband's love. And under the branches of her artificial apple tree, she sings artificial songs and produces very real babies. Whenever she comes to visit us and the hem of her skirt gets soiled with the garden's poverty, she takes a perfume bath. Every time she comes to visit us, she is pregnant. Our garden is lonely. Our garden is lonely.
All day long from behind the door comes the sound of shattering and explosions. All our neighbours plant bombs and machine guns in their gardens instead of flowers. All our neighbours cover their tiled ponds, which have become unwitting secret storehouses of gunpowder. And the children along our street have filled their school bags with small bombs.
Our garden is confused.
I fear an age that has lost his heart. I'm scared of the thoughts of so many useless hands and of picturing so many strange faces. Like a school
like a
child,
school
madly
child,
in love with
madly
her
in love with her
geometry
geometry lesson. I am alone. And I think that the garden can be taken to a hospital.
Garden.
I think,
garden.
I think, and the garden's heart has swollen under the sun, and the garden's mind is slowly being emptied of green memories.
Oh, gypsy, with the yearning for liberty, stand at your feet. To receive an answer, send a message with their lips.
Liberty.
Yearning.
There is a purpose to your existence in the scheme of things.
Liberty.
Draw a spark, make a fire, stamp your feet.
Gypsy.
When my faith was hanging by the weak thread of justice, and in the whole city, the hearts of my lamps were being torn to pieces, when the childlike eyes of my love were being blindfolded by lost black kerchiefs, and fountains of blood were gushing forth from the distressed temples of my desire, when my life was no longer anything, nothing but the tick-tock of a wall clock, I discovered that I must, that I absolutely had to love madly.
Desire.
One window is enough for me.
Tick-tock.
One window to the moment of consciousness and looking and silence.
Evoking.
The walnut sapling is now tall enough to explain the meaning of the wall to its young leaves.
Evoking.
Ask the mirror the name of your Saviour.
Evoking.
Is not the earth that trembles under your feet lonelier than you?
Meaning.
Then, after evoking images of atomic explosions and the exploration of the moon, the speaker observes that
Dream.
dreams that fall away from the height of their naivete and die. I am smelling a four-leaved clover that has grown on top of the grave of ancient concepts.
Was not the woman who turned the dust in crowd of her waiting and chastity, my
Curiosity.
Will I again climb the stairs of my curiosity, just to greet the good God, pacing the roof of my house? I feel that time has passed me by. I feel that the moment is my share of the leaves of history.
I feel that the table is an unwanted barrier between my hair and the hands of this sad stranger. Say something to me.
Body.
Does the person giving you the tenderness of a warm body possibly want anything else from you besides the sense of being alive? Say something to me. In the refuge of my window, I am linked to the sun.
I want you, yet I know that whenever I can embrace you to my heart's content. You are that clear and bright sky. I, in this corner of the cave, am a captive bird. From behind the cold and dark bars, directing toward you my rueful look of astonishment. I am thinking that a hand might come and I might suddenly spread my wings in your direction.
I am thinking that in a moment of neglect I might fly from this silent prison, laugh in the eyes of the man who is my jailer, and beside you begin life anew. I'm thinking these things. Yeah,
I'm thinking.
I know that I cannot.
Beside,
I dare not leave this prison.
leave.
Even if my jailer would wish it, no breath nor breeze remains from my flight.
Candle.
From behind the bars, every bright morning, the look of a child smiled in my face. When I begin a song of joy, his lips come toward me with a kiss. Oh, sky! If I want one day to fly from this silent prison, what shall I say to the weeping child's eyes? Forget about me.
I want you.
For I am captive bird. I am that candle which illumines the ruin with the burning of her heart. If I want to choose silent darkness, I will bring a nest
Illuminate.
breathe.
With the cold moment of the past fleeting by, your wild eyes, your wild eyes, your silent image,
your wild eyes,
your wild eyes, your wild eyes, I flee from the pathless
Your
path.
wild eyes.
Your wild
Until I see
eyes.
valleys on the moon dirt, until I wash my body in the water fountain of light.
Your wild eyes.
In a colorful fog of a warm summer morning, I fill my skirt with lilies from the fields, and hear the roar of roosters from the village rooftops.
I'm fleeing from you to the very skirts of the valley, where I'll press my feet to the ground. Until they sip dewdrops of grass, I'm fleeing from you to a deserted beach, where on the lost boulders beneath dark clouds I'll learn the twisting dance of the ocean's hurricane. In a far-off sunset, like wild doves, I'll see fields, mountains, and the sky beneath my feet. And in the midst of dry bushes, I'll hear the blissful music of field birds.
I'm fleeing from you until I open the path to the city of desires. And in that city, the castle of dreams will have a heavy golden lock. But your eyes with their silent scream will blur my vision, like your dark secrets that build a wall around me. At last, one day, I'll flee from the illusion of conceiving doubt, and I'll radiate like a perfume from the colorful flower of dreams, and I'll diffuse into the wavy hair of night's zephyr, and travel to the very beaches of the sun.
One day.
In a silent world, within an eternity of calm.
One day.
I'll gently rock on a bed of golden-colored clouds that extends hand-like rays towards the serene sky, as if playing a song. It is there where I am happy and free, and I weave memories of this world, because your bewitching eyes find my eyes and blur my vision. Like your dark secrets. I'm composing this poem for you in a parched summer dusk, halfway down the road of ominous beginning, in an old grave of this endless sorrow. This is my final lullaby at the foot of the cradle where you sleep. May the wild sounds of my screaming echo in the sky of your youth. Let the shadow of me, the wanderer, be separate and far from your shadow. When one day we reach one another, standing between us will be none other than that. Against the dark door I have rested my forehead tight with pain. I rub my thin cold fingers against this door in hope. That person branded with shame who used to laugh at foolish taunts was I. I said I would be the cry of my own existence. But, oh, alas that I was a woman. When your innocent eyes glance at this confused, beginningless book, you will see a deep-rooted, lasting rebellion blooming in the heart of every song.
Woman. Thank you.